Hi everyone, my name is Jillian Vera and I'm with the Ilitch School Career Services office. If you did watch video 1 where we built out your Handshake profile, we set up your profile visibility settings and also filled in your career interests, kudos to you, and you already know me. But if you're new, I'm a career counselor in the Mike Ilitch School of Business in the Career Services office located in Suite 299. And if you ever have any questions, always feel free to come up on a Tuesday. We do walk-in advising on Tuesdays. You can also book appointments with us. Anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself. In video 1, we set up your profile so that recruiters can find you. And now we're flipping it. This video is about how you find the right job opportunities on Handshake and apply with intention. So we're also going to be talking about something Career Services wishes really every student knew before they started applying, and that's how to spot a job scan. So let's get right into it. And I am going to go ahead and we are going to first access Handshake, which is very similar to how we did it in the first video. You can go ahead and scan this QR code up here. I'll give you some time to do that. Or you can go ahead and type in this link into your browser, and that will lead you to our resource library. So in your free time, I'm not going to dive into this, but in your free time, I would definitely recommend coming and checking this out. It has all of our updated career fair information. It has pretty much your entire career toolkit, and you can access this. I definitely recommend bookmarking it to save it for the future, but this is how we're going to access Handshake. You will go down to Power Tools, click Handshake, and you will just click Login. Then you're going to be prompted to log in with your Wayne State University Access ID and password, as you already have an account created. So this is where you're going to land after logging in. And you will navigate. For this video, we are going to be working in the job section a lot. This is where you're going to be able to view employers and get connected with recruiters and see internships and job postings that are hiring. So let's start with the fastest way to narrow down exactly what you're looking for, and that is with filters and being as detailed as possible. So in this screen, here is the search bar. You can search this just like you're talking to a friend, and that is honestly the best. And the more detail that you have, the better that your search results are going to be. Now, if you did set up your profile and you followed video 1, you are all set. And a lot of your information that is in those categories, such as you're looking for, your career interests, and your education, those all play a part in what it's recommending you in here. So I would definitely recommend, if you have not built out your profile, to do so, and there is a video that kind of details a little bit more about what you can input in each and also walks you through the most important ones. But no, if you have done that already, kudos to you, because your platform that is your jobs section that's recommending positions for you is kind of tailored to what you input in those categories. So when searching in the search bar, it's very important to be specific. You know, instead of just marketing jobs, maybe you want to put marketing internship and maybe the city that you want it in. So if you are looking for a marketing internship in Detroit, then maybe you would put that. If you're looking for a specific social media position in Detroit, maybe you would describe that in here. So for example, let's do social media marketing internship, Detroit, Michigan. Awesome. And as you can see, there's 569 jobs that were found on Handshake from employers that are looking to hire a social media intern, or as you can see, there's even some other positions that are part-time, like a manager, or anything that kind of is within that realm. So since I did put marketing in my search, it is going to also probably take any position that is looking for a marketing student or who would hire a marketing student. So that's one way. You can also, to even get more specific, use these filters up here in this category. So let's say I'm only looking for an internship. I would click this internship bar. let's say I want it to be 24 miles within Detroit, Michigan. And then you can even click on the more filters, and let's say I want it to be paid. You can do a salary minimum if you would like. I want it to be on site maybe. I can also filter for, let's say, assuming I'm a marketing major right now, let's do the degree level. So I'm working on my bachelor's. I want the major to be a qualification. You can even search if you know, or if you're targeting a specific employer. You can also filter by a specific employer in here. You can also filter for specific industries. So if you maybe want a healthcare industry, you can get even as specific as that. Let's see, recommended for you, we'll do popular, and you can really go through and do any of these or none of these at all. But it all just helps you to get more specific. As you see, there's no results for any of that. It's probably because I got a little too specific, but that's okay. We can click maybe this off, we can click this, and let's do apply again. And look at that, 137 jobs. So we went from 569 all the way to 0 because I was too specific. That's okay. I'd rather be too specific than not specific enough. And I took some away, and now we're at 137. As you can see, some of them are a little bit relating to marketing. We could do an HR. There's also a social media coordinator. So it's really all about getting super specific. Now, another really cool area that I like to go into is the collection section. So I'm going to clear all, and I'm going to go to Wayne State University Collections. So here are all the collections that we have created in our Career Services office for you all. So you can search by major. You can search in the Ilitch School Business Employers Partners. So this is going to be our employers that work with the business school a lot. Maybe you want to look in there because you already know that they are kind of have shown interest in you all by working here. You also can filter by career fairs. So if you went to last year's career fair, fall or winter, maybe you want to look into there. Maybe you met, let's say, maybe you met an employer in there. And you want to see if they have a position that they mentioned was going to be open. You can also do great for social impact. There's so many in here, and I kind of want to check out this career fair one because let's say I went to the career fair last year and I want to see if any of the employers that I talked to are hiring. Awesome. So here shows all of Wayne State University's Ilitch Career Fair employers and their open positions that they are looking to hire in. So the collections are really a hidden gem. Even if I were to do great for marketing majors, it will come up on here. You can see a lot of the student positions are on here as well. So anything with Wayne State University is going to be a student position. And let's say maybe I'm interested in this. Okay, let's save that. Save that. There's other universities on here as well. And then let's say I want to clear this and I just want to search for this again, and let's say I want to save this position, and maybe I want to get some experience in HR. But yes, these filters and this search engine is super key, being specific and detailed at the same time. Also, again, sometimes you can get too specific like I did. That's always okay. You'd rather get too specific because maybe there is just one job in there. That's just your match, and that is how you are going to find it. So I would like everyone on this video to pause. I want everyone to search a position that they are looking for if you are looking for one, as I assume you are watching this video. And I want you to save at least, let's say, anywhere from 5 to 10 jobs that interest you, whether that's an internship, part-time, or full-time. You can pause the video here and you can go ahead and save those. But we will go ahead and move on. And after, let's say you're like, oh, I found the jackpot. I love all of these positions that came up for social media marketing internship, and I want to check back on this specific search regularly. You can even go ahead and save this search. And you can also refer back to it. So you can go to your saved jobs postings. I mean, not the saved search, but you can go into all of your jobs that you saved through this saved category, which is super nice. Another way that you all can find opportunities for yourself is to not just go out there and search for them. You know, that can take so much time and effort, and sometimes you all lead a busy life, and that's good, and we want to keep it that way. But you can let opportunities also come to you. And how you do this is you set up a job alert, or you kind of put open to, looking for a position. You can do that in your profile. And you can also come down to your notification preferences. So maybe you want to set up a job alert for jobs in Detroit, Michigan. You want new jobs to come to you in email. You want application reminders. You can set your preference for all of these. Now, I just note this because I know that a lot of employers, as you can see, I have 667 messages in my inbox. A lot of employers are going to be reaching out to you. Even your career service center is going to be reaching out to you. So the career counselors in the Ilitch School Career Services office, they also reach out to you via emails and Handshake. It can end up being a lot of emails. You can get profile emails, messages, career fairs, events, the feed even, interviews, all of this good stuff you can get emailed for. And if you don't exactly want to get emailed for every single thing, I would recommend coming here, going through, and setting your preferences. So I have a lot because I personally am always on Handshake. Like I said in the last video, Wayne State University's #1 recruiting platform is Handshake. So I have a lot of these in-app and email push notifications, all of that turned on. However, you can go in here and choose what you would like to be emailed to you, messaged to you, and if you want to set up any job alerts. And how you want those. You want them weekly? Do you want them daily? So this can be super important just so that your inbox feed isn't getting super crazy full and you're not seeing the important messages, like for example, from your instructors or professors. And you can also get the most important ones. If you are looking for a position, then maybe you do turn all of these on. But totally up to you, and just something that I like to discuss because I know you all are getting a lot of emails. So now, since we went through the job search, I definitely would recommend coming in here, saving a few, like I said. You can also, if you would like to maybe go on the back end of things and you want to search for a specific employer and you're like, I know that I want to work for Lululemon. I want to go here, I'm going to follow them, and I'm going to see if they have any jobs. They aren't currently posting. Maybe you go to their website and you look there instead. But you can target and find internships and positions through targeted searches by starting with the employers that you want to work for in the first place. So that's also another way that you can search on Handshake for positions as well, is following and looking at the employer's accounts on Handshake while also going out there and searching in your jobs section, using the filters, the collections, really talking to this like a normal kind of like AI ChatGPT system, because it also, the fun thing about these searches is that the more that you search in here for similar roles or even differing roles, it all is connected to what it recommends you when you first come in here. So it takes note of really, the more information that you put into Handshake, the better your search results are going to be, and the better that this recommended area is going to give you more accurate results to what you're looking for in your interests. So all that to say, all that we've been doing, whether that's your career interests, your notification preferences, and also your profile information, it all really ties together to helping you all get the best outcome with using Handshake to find jobs and internships. However, we are going to move into our last portion, which is how to spot a job scam on camera. Nice, punchy. We're going to do it on the computer, and we will discuss what you all can search for. So if we go to that resource library, which again, I will pull it up here. scan this QR code. It will lead you to our Intel College to Career Services area. We have a whole place where you can look up tips and tricks and red flags on what you should really be looking out for, because it is super important right now. So you just scan that QR code and it's right up at the top in identifying job scams. So, how to protect yourself. You always want to research the company and the recruiter, and you have to do this also with Handshake jobs as well. Now, Wayne State University has a network, and Handshake does vet employer accounts that try and reach out to you all. However, sometimes and more recently, things have been slipping through the cracks. Not to say that they aren't still accurate, but you just want to be aware in case that maybe there is a company that did slip through the crack. You're going to want to research the company, if you've never heard of them before. I would definitely recommend checking out their LinkedIn for real work history, connections, and activity. You want to also make sure that they have a website. And even sending a quick message and requesting to talk to an actual employee can help and kind of point you in the direction. Because if they only want to do things all over email, or they have you filling out a questionnaire with personal information like your social security or your bank account, or they have you purchasing materials before you even get paid or even on the job, that all is honestly a red flag. So definitely, if you really want to get to the bottom of something and you are still questioning it after maybe researching the company on LinkedIn, looking at their company profile, it's always best to just ask to talk to an employee. You always want to look out for email addresses. That's a nice thing. Real employers don't recruit from Gmail. That's a big thing. They don't recruit from Gmail, and scammers love almost accurate domains. So here are some examples of maybe some domains they might see. For Amazon, what if it has 2 Z's? Well, that's not Amazon then. And same thing for JP Morgan. What if it has 2 N's? That's not JP Morgan then. So those are just little things to pay attention to. You can also Google the company and scam. If others have been targeted, you'll definitely find evidence. You want to pay attention to the job details, or more say the lack of them. If the role is vague or the description feels generic, they may be hiding the fact that there is no actual job and they're just trying to get your information out of you. Another thing is you just want to make sure that the pay isn't unrealistic and that the salary range isn't super wide. That's a common scam tactic. Again, the thing about only staying over text or email, if they're trying to complete, for example, an interview through you filling out a questionnaire, that's a red flag. You should put down the computer and go find another position, because legitimate hiring happens by phone, in person, or on standard video platforms. You should always apply through an actual application. You always want to be cautious of anything that moves too fast. If you applied yesterday and they are sending you an interview questionnaire and they say after you fill this out you have a full-time position, that's too fast. That's within like 3 days and you aren't even meeting the person face to face. Here are some main things. A legit employer will never be offended if you ask security related questions. They are never going to ask for your social security number, photos, or bank information. They will never require you to send money for equipment or office expenses, and they will never lead the process with unusually high pay as the main selling point. So really think about it from a security and from the recruiter's perspective, because there's always a process in place. Whether it is a small business or a large business, there's always going to be a hiring process in place, and that usually requires all of the things that we just mentioned, which is doing an interview where you're at least talking to someone. The Gmail domain, that's definitely a red flag. All of the good stuff that we just mentioned. But here are some security questions that you can ask to avoid scammers. There's a whole list of them. And then when in doubt, reach out to our office, which is ilitchcareers@wayne.edu. We would be more than happy to take a look at a position or job description for you and kind of know our 2 cents into it. All of this to say, there are just some things to look out for, and you can find that all on the Ilitch College to Career Intel page. And since we have used this Intel page in both the videos, I would definitely recommend bookmarking it so that you can refer to it later. But to keep it simple, 3 red flags they move you off the platform fast, the email doesn't match the company, and it moves too fast or feels too good. Those are the main takeaways. And if you want to ask them some security questions, there are some sample ones in our Intel College to Career module. So now we've gone through how to search on Handshake, why it is important to continually search on Handshake, because it uses your searches, your past history to recommend future positions to you. And now we're going to end with an action item. So I encourage you all to apply to at least one job or internship on Handshake this week. Not someday. I say at the end of this week or maybe the end of next week if you're kind of in the middle of the week. Again, in the last video, we talked about uploading your resume to Handshake, how you can do that. If you are looking to build out your resume and you're like, I don't even have a resume and she's telling me to go out here and apply to positions, you can always stop by our office on Tuesdays, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. for stop-in advising. We'd be happy to help you get started. There are also a bunch of resources in this Intel College to Career page. We have sample resumes in here. We even have a customizable resume guide and template. You can download this and just fill in your information. It walks you through how to develop a resume. But I encourage you to apply to at least one position. And you can also, if Tuesdays don't work for you, because usually that is a very busy day for everyone, you can book an appointment with a career services advisor or peer career advisor through your career center in Handshake, and you will just go to appointments and you will be able to schedule a new one, virtual or in person, of course. Awesome. Well, thank you all for watching video 2 of this Handshake series, and be on the lookout for video 3, where we are going to get into Handshake hacks that most people never find. The features that make the platform work harder for you. Awesome. Thank you all.